Hey guys, Cholera here, bringing you set 4 of KTF versus Hanbit Stars. And in this match, we have 815 playing for KTF and Guemchi playing for Hanbit. And actually, I was wrong about the score right now. It's actually KTF is ahead 2-1 in the series. I said they were down 1-2 at the end of the third game. Here we have 815 spawning at the 12 o'clock position in brown, and we have Guemchi, Protoss player, spawning in 3 o'clock. Just going over the statistics, neither have that much experience in Pro StarCraft. 815 is four wins and 5 losses against Protoss. Guemchi is 3 wins, 2 losses against Zerg, so you really can't tell too much. However, I have casted 2 losses by 815. He's supposed to be a very promising Zerg player this year, but unfortunately, I've only casted losses from him. He lost against Nada, where Nada basically played very well, and he lost against Spear, where I think also he basically just didn't play that well in those 2 games. So we'll see how he does against Guemchi. What do you think about these 2 players, True Blue?
I think this is kind of funny. I'm always curious as to why the coaches put up whatever lineup they decide to put up. I think in this game, especially, you got Reach and Stupid, and that's the very creative 2v2 team. And then the other games are Flash and some guy named Harry. So this is kind of like the game where you got 2 nobodies facing off, and they're just the coaches are got their fingers crossed. It's Katrina SE. Might see carriers. It's really not popular unless I'm wrong on these days because of just
Carriers versus Zerg. I haven't seen that in
I'm
years.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see proxies because these guys don't really know what's coming up. They're going to try to play solid, I think, to minimize the chance. They don't want to take a huge risk. They'll try to make up for losses as they go along the way.
This is a pretty big risk here. We're seeing Guemchi going for 14 Nexus here. That's actually a pretty big risk against Zerg on any map, but however, it is a little smaller on Katrina. A little bit smaller on Katrina, but still a very ballsy move there. Trying to pick up that economic lead right in the beginning. And he's basically praying that... 815 pretty reliably is going to be going for a 12 hatchery, but if 815 was going for anything faster than a 12 hatch, he would basically lose. Even a 12 pool would destroy this build here from
Yeah,
Guemchi.
and even look at that. How this guy must be hanging out with Stupid because he didn't even block off, or make an attempt to block off at all. So if there's a 9 pool coming his way, he would already, the coach would already just walk out.
Yeah. Well, I think he's going to try to block with the gateway.
Okay,
yeah,
he is. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually what he was doing. So actually, that's not too bad on Katrina, actually. But against the 9 pool, he still would be in big trouble because his cannons wouldn't finish morphing in, even if he did have a wall in. Zerglings would be pretty much about to get into his base right now, and it would be very, very difficult for him to hold it off. But regardless, it seems that 815 is responding quite quickly by going for the second expansion.
You know what this is? This is the Terran disease. I don't want to sound so subjective about it, but these guys are macroing like they were Terrans. These guys are macroing as if they were Terrans, not as if they were Zerg, as if they were Terrans. Yeah. So the entire analogy has changed. It's Terrans that are expanding like alien insects, and now his 14 Nexus is up, and now we're just going to see it's going to be a long time before they build up their forces. So.
Yeah, this is definitely leaning towards the long game, but I do think that 815's build, the response of going for the second expansion is very correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, he would have to go for some kind of crazy all-in move like 4 hatchery Hydralisks or like Jaedong's 2 hatch Hydralisks, which
with game theory, with game theory, where it is right now, that is what players are leaning. They can't think outside the box, or maybe there's nothing outside the box. Who knows?
I think going for the outside the box, the rush build, the Hydra build, is very all in, and you really need to be sure of your opponent and of yourself, which Jaedong was against Lucifer.
Right.
Game 1 of the round of 16 there, when they faced off, just very, very impressive play, and no attempt to kill the scouting probe by 815. So this probe's definitely going to see what tech he decides to go for. I guess because of the basically, Guemchi went for a fast Bisu build almost, going for the fast expansion. He's probably going to go for Corsairs, and we're going to need to see some Hydralisks out for 815 to deal with it. And now the Stargate's going up. And 815 has actually gone for Lair first, now getting, I believe this is his 4th hatchery. So the question is, has Guemchi spotted the second expansion? I'm pretty sure he knows it somewhere, but I'm not sure if he's spotted it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty... I think he will because it's basically on the pathing to his base.
It is on the path, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that Zealot might have even spotted it, but he's going to know where it is before long, of course, regardless, because the Corsair now the Hydra Den is going up. So we're going to see DTs. Hopefully the DTs do a lot, but I don't know because it's not as if
here's the Citadel,
815. Yeah, it's not as if 815 would for a hidden expansion. He would for the in-your-face expansion, which is arguably easier to protect from the Corsairs. So we'll see.
It's definitely not a bad position because that second expansion spot there in the center, if you put some Sunkens on there, it's very hard to sneak by them. It is possible to sneak by them and get into the main base, but you would take some hits, and it just wouldn't be a smart idea. So basically, he is kind of getting a sort of a protected expansion, but not really. A sort of an expansion, not protected, but whatever, a natural expansion. We're going to see the Corsairs out pretty soon, and the +1 attack from the Protoss player. And I'd say it.
Do you think this is kind of what Bisu used to do? Was Bisu build, right? This is basically what it was, right?
It was, except he would go for the Forge first. But otherwise, this is the Bisu build, going for Corsair GT. And we're seeing
this exact thing. Yeah, just using it this way, sure. Okay.
Yeah, but he would not go for 14 Nexus, though. That is very risky.
Right. Yeah.
And we're seeing actually one Overlord getting killed.
I casted Guemchi's game against Odin, where he was Protoss, and I have to say that because of that, I've never seen an 8-15 game. I'm going to say that Guemchi is going to lose. So put me, I don't know, $5, Guemchi goes down. I mean, I casted this game. I kind of know the guy.
Not knowing anything about well, actually, no, I've watched Guemchi, actually. Not knowing about 8-15 that much, not seeing too many wins, I'd also agree with you, though, because Guemchi lost pretty thoroughly against Oversky in a game I casted. Oversky, of course, is a very good player, but Guemchi just basically got owned pretty bad. He went for Corsair Shuttle, and he didn't even get his Reaver out into action because Oversky did this very pimp Scourge assassination of his shuttle. But he did this early 4 Zealot drop that was just so ineffective. And whoa, we're seeing a fast, probably a Speed Zealot rush here coming from Guemchi.
It looks like a +1. No, is it +1? It is +1. So it's a
+1 rush here from Guemchi, and this could be very effective. I'm not sure if 8-15 is ready for it.
I don't think he is. I just see maybe I thought I saw 2 Sunkens.
Here's the legs. Yeah, he's got 2 Sunkens and some Hydras up. This is going to be very close. I think it's about 6 Hydras. Pulling the drones out now, and so up to a little bit up to Micro now. He needs to pick off that Sunken Colony, but there's too many Hydras there. I think actually 8-15 is going to hold here. Yeah, 8-15 is going to definitely hold this.
I think we were both right. Yeah, Guemchi's going to lose.
Yeah.
And look at the crowd cheering. Wow, they really hate Guemchi, so they're totally with us on that.
I'm just sure there's a lot of KTF fans. They're just a popular team.
Yeah.
I think they're right now they're tied for second, and Hanbit's 10th, I believe. Only Estro and Ace are behind them.
It's kind of sloppy by 8-15, letting his Hydras, go out there. But I mean, this is a huge advantage. He completely stopped it. There's still a lot of speed lots, though. And look, the Guemchi doing the signature Guemchi thing he did in my game, which is to get up a ton of cannons before he puts up his Nexus. That's a lot of Hydralisks.
That is a lot of Hydralisk. And